What is going on? Welcome to the Beastly Thoughts live show. Man, it's going to be an exciting show. We've got a ton to talk about. We're going to be talking about E3. We're going to be talking about the news, the stuff that's already leaked. We're going to be talking about Destiny, the Taken King. We got a ton of stuff to talk about. But first, let's talk about what we've already been playing. Beastly, why don't you go first this week? What have you been playing this week?
This week I've been playing The Witcher 3. I had a few games, a few bouts of The Last of Us with some friends. Of course, they keep bringing me back into that world. But I've been having a ton of fun playing The Witcher 3. I'm probably about close to 30 hours in. I love the game. I think it's phenomenal. This is probably one of the only Western RPGs I've ever played that side quests are just as pivotal to the story as the main quests. Everything you do feels like it really matters in this world. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. I do think the controls suck for people who haven't played the game. Last week we talked about this briefly, but now that I've really had a lot of time moving around in this world, the controls suck. It appears to be some kind of input lag when you're moving your character. You can't really articulate his movement the way you can in other third-person adventure-type games. But other than that, I'm loving the game. I'm loving the characters. I'm loving that world. And that's what I've been playing this week.
And that control lag was not fixed in the latest patch, huh?
No.
That's what I was really hoping. I was hoping that everybody was going to say, "All right, now the game is perfect."
It's really hard to articulate exactly what the control issue is, other than to say that there is one. It's like when you move the character around, it does feel like it has a lag component to the way that Geralt moves around the world. But everything else is so good that it's one of those situations where you refuse to look at that. It doesn't really make the game worse. It just makes the game not as good as it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm loving the game. I wish that it controlled like other games, but maybe that was their vision when they were developing the game, for it to feel slightly different from other games in the same genre. But I love it. I think the game's great.
All right. Robbie, what have you been playing this week?
So this week I've been playing quite a bit of Elder Scrolls Online because it came out this week, and I'm kind of having mixed feelings about the game. It's good in some ways, but it's pretty glitchy too. Like, a lot of characters won't be there when you need to complete quests and stuff, but I'm enjoying it. Also been playing some Fallout New Vegas because, of course, that Bethesda conference this night, man. I cannot wait to see Fallout 4. So excited, and I'm enjoying playing it so much. So that's pretty much what I've been playing this week.
Are you playing Fallout New Vegas on the PC or on the Xbox?
On PC, because I got it cheap on Steam. Yeah.
It was on sale on Steam this week, right?
Yeah, I think it was $5 or something, and for a game like that, that's incredible.
Yeah,
Fallout 3 and New Vegas for both $5.
You talk about value per dollar.
And those are the best value per dollar games, and they're $5. Like, wow.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, Robbie. You say you're playing Elder Scrolls Online. I'm actually, after the show, going to pick up 2 copies for my wife and I today. Is that a game that you think is worth picking up? Is it a good, first-day purchase or new game to buy?
I think because it is kind of like Elder Scrolls with friends, but it's a different game because it's an MMO. It's not a single-player Elder Scrolls game, and I think a lot of that game is about playing with other people, and I've mostly played it by myself, so I feel like you'd get a great experience out of playing with your wife, but I'd say it's a good game. Yeah, definitely pick it up.
I do get a great experience playing with my wife.
Moving on.
All right.
Yeah, let's keep going.
No surprise here. I've been playing a lot of Destiny. We're going to talk about Destiny later in the show, though, so I'm going to spare you the gory details, except for the fact that Trials of Osiris is my new favorite thing. I love that game mode more than I think I've loved a multiplayer, like, competitive shooter in a long time. Having the weight of, trying to get to the lighthouse, trying to go 9-0, or even trying to get 8 wins so you can get that special package from Brother Vance at the Reef, and trying not to let down the rest of your teammates. It is just so much fun. The communication has to be spot on. I love how every week it's a different map, but it stays the same map for the entire week, so you really learn that map inside and out. You learn all the strategies. I am loving Trials of Osiris. I can't wait to see what else they could do with multiplayer, because Bungie, I think, nailed it with Trials of Osiris.
To me, this is like a moment in video game history. There's never been a competitive multiplayer that's gravitated and pulled people in like this. I can't remember one. Call of Duty has always been fun, the early Call of Duties, but a game like Destiny it's building on this world. They're adding to it every few months, and it's just revitalizing it and keeping people just engrossed. And I look at your eyes and see this twinkle whenever you talk about this game.
Yeah.
And, there's not many games like that. I think that's really amazing, man.
I spend a lot of time in this world, and a lot of the time it's it's me just bullshitting with friends. You know, like it's just me. Like if you go on my channel and you watch like some of the challenge videos that I've done, like the Unwilling Nightfall or Shotgun Only Nightfall, stuff like that. We're not watching anybody being super skilled in Destiny. What you're watching is a video of me having a blast with friends, and I think that is half of why I love Destiny. But the other half is I think it's got some of the best kind of gun shooting mechanics I've ever played. It's so much fun to actually play the game. I love all the guns. I love how they play. It's just a ton of fun.
Oh, and for the people out there who are my friends on the PlayStation Network or Xbox Live, I'm on vacation this week, so send me some friend invites and let's play. I'm going to be playing Destiny this week for sure. So
absolutely, we got to get Beastly and his wife, I believe, through the Prison of Elders. I don't think you guys have done it yet, right?
No, we haven't.
And then I'd love to get you ready for Trials of Osiris for next weekend because that is, I think, the better part of the DLC this week.
Okay, well, this week it shall be done. That's my word, my promise.
All right. So I think that's enough about what we've been playing. I want to talk about what we're going to be playing. And the first story on our list of stories here is Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Sorry. Now, you guys have all played the original, right?
Yes. Oh, man.
Robbie, did you get a chance to play the original Mirror's Edge?
I have it, but I really haven't played much of it. What I have played was really good, though. I really did enjoy it.
Oh, man.
So this game, the original game, because I'm sure there are a lot of people who are wondering why everybody is so excited about this. This game was a first-person parkour game, right? And it had a really unique presentation. It was really like kind of primary colors, yellow. It had a lot of white, had a lot of blue, and it had a lot of red. The red would usually be kind of indicating where you needed to go. The main character was really unique. The world was really unique. But the gameplay was so fun. Basically, it just had you running like a madman through these levels, trying not to get shot. You could engage in some combat, but it generally wasn't a very good idea to do so.
No, the shit in that game was very rough.
It was an incredibly unique concept that, frankly, it just didn't sell that well. So a lot of people were wondering if we'd ever see a sequel, if we'd ever see another game like it. Because to play it, while I would say the last half of the game was kind of rough, some of the ideas ran a bit thin toward the half, and they kind of forced you into combat more, which I didn't feel like really played toward the strength of the game. Mm-hmm. To see them take another stab at that type of game, I think is really exciting to anybody who's played it, and even some of the people who didn't play it but kind of saw what it represented, I think are really excited about this.
Yeah, when I played Mirror's Edge, it was one of those moments where you've never played anything like it before. It was really fast, sliding underneath table, jumping from wall to wall running, and it did have that really limited fighting mechanic where you just grab someone and parry their move and knock them out. Mm-hmm. You were able to get a gun every now and then and pop off 2 or 3 shots, but 99% of the game was you running as this character, Faith, trying to get away from this police state. You're a runner in this world, and basically what you do is transfer information to unsavory, supposedly, individuals. But the game was really amazing. I remember I sat up and played that game over the course of 2 days with one of my good friends in Ohio. We beat it. We talked about it for a week because we really enjoyed it, and I'm so excited it's coming to these new-gen consoles. I'm really excited to see it.
One of the coolest things about that game, too, was that up until that point, I think with the exception of maybe Metroid Prime, we'd never seen first-person and kind of platforming go together very well. Mm-hmm. And this game nailed it. Yeah.
Dying Light actually feels very similar, very reminiscent to that control scheme, the way that you actually move around in that world. Feels like they borrowed some of the mechanics from Mirror's Edge. I think Mirror's Edge probably doesn't feel as good as Dying Light because Dying Light's been tweaked and it came out 7, 8, 9 years later. But definitely I feel Dying Light, if you like Dying Light, the way that game controls, it definitely stole a big dynamic from Mirror's Edge and incorporated it into that game. For sure.
All right, can we talk about the Taken King now?
Yes.
All right, so the Taken King, man, it's been leaked, right? We know a lot about it. We know, it's going to be $40. I think we all kind of suspected we were going to get a $40 price point. It's coming out September 15th. We're getting 3 new subclasses. We're going to get a Void Bow for the Hunter. which I'm really excited about. We're going to get a Arc Storm for the Warlock, which I think sounds a little bit cool. What I'm hoping that's going to be is kind of like a Emperor Palpatine, kind of like
electric bolts.
yeah, electric bolts coming from your fingers, and we're getting a Solar Hammer for the Titans, which I'm hoping is going to be kind of like being Mario in Donkey Kong. You're just like bashing this hammer and running around killing things with it.
Holy shit!
Smash Bros. But I'd like to imagine it's going to be that because I think that'd be hilarious. But I mean, there's so much to take in here. The Taken King expansion. A lot of people are really speculating this is going to be Oryx, the father of Crota, who we fought in the last DLC. The Taken, where a lot of people are speculating this is going to be a whole new race. Other people are speculating it's going to be kind of a combination of all the races under the control of this new character Oryx. So we don't really know what it's going to be yet. We do know that there is going to be a new raid, which a lot of people are very happy about. We do know that this is going to be rivaling the size of the original Destiny release for $40, which I think is, if that's true, it represents amazing value. But it's early to say, and we do know that we're going to see it at E3.
It's confirmed. Yeah, it's confirmed to be at E3, and I think the biggest thing, a lot of people are like $40. That's insane for an expansion. It's twice the price of Dark Below and House of Wolves. But you look at the amount of content that this expansion is going to provide. It's actually pretty good value because you would think about. So obviously it's going to have 2/3 the same content as Destiny if it's going to be $40, and it looks like it will. I mean, you get a raid, you get 4 new strikes, something like 6 new story missions. Like, it's got a decent amount of content in there, and I think this is a good price point for it. Like, it seems it's a lot. It's a very hefty expansion, but I'm really excited to see more of this, and we'll see it tomorrow at Sony's conference. So
yeah, I am hyped to see that conference because of Destiny. They're having people play it too. There's gonna be playable demos of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, and that's still 3 months away. So like.
I mean, Destiny is killing it. I mean, House of Wolves just dropped, and we're already hyped for the Taken King. This is insane.
Yeah. House of Wolves, some people are a little iffy about it. Now we're 4 weeks into it, and some people are kind of like, Prison Elders isn't all that. Trials of Osiris is fun if you're good at PvP, but there is some disappointment in the community for Prison Elders, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your consensus overall is that you're loving it, right?
I'm loving it. I think Prison Elders is fun as shit. And, and Trials of Osiris, like I said earlier in the show, is literally like my new favorite thing.
Sweet. Okay, so Robbie, would you like to continue on with the next news story?
Yeah, definitely. So this next bit of news, I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. So Elder Scrolls Online came out this week. Apparently it was plagued with server issues on PS4 and Xbox One. It was only like the first day. It was pretty bad. Like, you couldn't log on. After that, the traffic started slowing down. It was easier to get on. So it's not really a big deal, to be honest. It seems like it happens with every game nowadays, so it's not exactly surprising.
It's a part of the gaming experience now. Nothing is ever fixed on release. That's what we got patches for.
Exactly. You have your 4 months of patches they plan out, and they're like, this is when the game's going to be fixed. Doesn't matter because everybody's going to buy it anyways, so there you go.
Okay, and I'll be trying that game later on today. So, continuing on, Microsoft has revealed before E3 its new 1 terabyte Microsoft Xbox One with a new controller. What do you guys think about this?
Didn't we talk about this last week? Wasn't this?
I think we mentioned it last week.
But now it's confirmed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, I feel the same way. It's who cares?
Yeah, well, all right.
If they had a 3 terabyte hard drive and the new controller was like a redesign, I'd be more into it. But I don't like the Xbox One controller, even if they do put a headset port in it. And 1 terabyte seems like a half measure at best.
Yeah. Well, when you take into account that all these systems here are totally filled, I know you guys' systems are filled too to capacity. Anytime you install anything, you got to delete something. So I think at least 2 terabytes is what you need in this new day and age of video gaming technology.
Yeah, and hard drives are so cheap now that I don't really understand the cost savings in there either.
Yeah, you can get a 2 terabyte for $70.
You can get it cheaper than that, I bet. Wow. I bet you can get a 3 terabyte for $70.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what we need. All right, so moving on, guys. Forza 6 and Rise of the Tomb Raider have gotten release dates leaked. And I don't know exactly what the release dates are. Robbie, do you happen to know off the top what these leak dates are?
So Tomb Raider, I think, is early November, and Forza 6 is coming out mid-September. So basically, when you look at the Xbox One lineup, it's Forza 6 is like Microsoft's September game, Halo is their October game, and Rise of the Tomb Raider is their November game, which makes a lot of sense.
That's
obviously.
strong.
Yeah, it is. Wowzers. Good shit. Well, it's a leak, so I guess it's subject to change if anything does change, but it does sound really good.
Which
Good
of those
luck.
games are you guys going to pick up?
I'm not into Forza, but I am into Tomb Raider, so that's probably going to be and definitely Halo. I think that this new Halo Guardians is something that I'm looking forward to. I know Kate's looking forward to it. I don't know about you, Briar. I know you've been kind of on the line about Halo these last couple of games. What are you thinking?
I'm probably going to buy it. I'm a Halo fan from way back. Halo 4, I'll be totally honest, was a huge disappointment to me. It just didn't capture that magic that I was used to from Halo. But I'm willing to give it another shot. Maybe 343 can kind of turn it around, in my opinion. I mean, what we've seen from the early stuff looks really fun. The multiplayer certainly was fun. Forza 6, to me, I'm kind of with you. I'm not big on the Forza series. I've dabbled in it occasionally. If there's some kind of new game mode that kind of makes it so that I don't have to just grind races for hours on end, I might check it out because Forza, I think, has the best handling in any racing game, period. So it'd be fun. It'll look great. And Rise of the Tomb Raider, I'm all over that.
Yeah.
These are definitely strong, big exclusives for the Xbox One this holiday. You just sneezed into the mic, didn't you?
I tried to mute it.
The fact that you muted it made it even better. It was like you could see an invisible timer right next to a 4 and 3.
It looks funny. I was trying not to laugh while I was talking. Yeah, all three of these games are huge. The Xbox One has quite a lineup for this holiday, and we're going to see all three of these games tomorrow at Microsoft's press conference at 9 o'clock. So we'll see them then.
The year that Xbox kind of comes into its own, people stop hating on Xbox, get on board. I mean, it seems like it's going to be a strong lineup.
Yeah. I mean,
they probably will keep the Call of Duty exclusivity for DLC.
Yeah,
well, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but yeah.
All right, so Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is coming to PS3 and 360. I know we kind of mentioned this a little bit last week, whether or not this is going to happen. And is it Black? I'm trying to remember who the studio is who's porting it. It's not
Beanox and Mercenary Technologies, I think. They work on like Skylanders, which is really weird. So I don't know how this port's going to turn out.
Ooh, you might be able to have Spyro skin on your gun.
How do you guys feel about this? Because it's confirmed, but it's being developed by like a completely different studio that doesn't really know what they're doing.
This is kind of a normal thing nowadays where developers have other studios port their games to last gen or other consoles. Pretty much, right, Brian?
Yeah, I mean,
this is kind of the staple in the gaming community now. If a developer or a studio is working on something current and they have a game that's already coming out, they'll have someone else port it so they don't have to divide their team. So that's pretty standard. Of course, it'll be a lesser version, but it could still be great. I mean, look at what Titanfall was on 360 versus the Xbox One. They're very close in comparison as far as the way the games looked and played. So it's a good possibility that Black Ops 3 could be a phenomenal game.
I don't think that's going to happen with the last-gen versions because from what I've heard, like Black Ops 3 is not going to be the same on last-gen because they have the two-player co-op campaign, the beta's not coming to last-gen. A lot of the features of the current-gen versions are being stripped out on last-gen. Like, it honestly... Because when I first heard the news that it was coming to last gen, I was so disappointed. You guys know me. Like, I did not want it to happen. I was so bummed out to hear it was coming to last gen. I'm like,
well, in this situation, I don't think it's really that bad, Robbie. I think it's bad if a developer is toning down their current gen to be in tandem with the last gen, but that's not the case here.
It's not. The last gen is like the afterthought. If you read the article too, like Von der Haar was saying, it is not going to affect the current gen versions. We are not developing them. It's going to be a completely different game, and that's the best news we can get. It's not going to hold the game back. I'm happy with that. That's
why I'm saying it's not really bad that this is happening because the current gen versions are not going to be changed from their original vision, but people on last gen will still have their own version of Black Ops 3 to play. Of course, they won't have the 4-player co-op. They'll have 2-player, and they'll have a game that's pretty good to them. So
be careful about what you believe, though, here, because we heard very similar things about Advanced Warfare last year.
But that had all the
yeah,
same
you're
content.
right.
Like that was a similar game. This actually has a lot less content. Like there's more stuff they haven't revealed too. Like they're saying it's more like there's just content that isn't in the last gen versions that's in the current gen. And that wasn't the same with Advanced Warfare. That's the big difference here. It's not the same game. And that's what I'm excited about is because I really didn't want this game to be held back by last gen, and I was so disappointed to hear it was coming to last gen, but then
But
I kind of had a sigh of relief because I realized that it's all good. Like, this isn't going to hold it back. Nothing's going wrong.
okay,
I
so
bet they will not show us the 360 or the PS3 version until the game comes out.
yep.
And
Yeah.
it is. I would hedge my bets about believing this story.
It sounds like it's going to be a rough version at best. Like, honestly, this really sounds like just an afterthought. That's what it sounds like to me. And
Well,
yeah.
I think any dev would be aiming to get it as close to the other version as possible.
Yeah,
They
but
won't-
the publisher is pushing the other way.
Yeah.
They're really trying to make current gen the way to go this year versus Advanced Warfare. They're differentiating it more, which is good.
Well, at least the parity is a lot closer than it was when I was a kid, because I remember I'd buy a game on my Nintendo, then I'd see it on the Super Nintendo, and I was like, holy shit, this is a completely different game.
And then on the Genesis, it was a completely different game too.
That's true. Yeah.
At least now you kind of got a similar experience. Back then it was totally different, so it is what it is.
The Last Guardian, guys, finally will be revealed at E3.
Yep, the rumors are going around again. There's also another rumor that Mark Cerny's heading up
Wait a minute.
development.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt. This story was left over from our notes from last year.
That is not true at all. This is up-to-date, informative news.
Briar, you got some good points on that one, man. Holy shit.
'Cause we definitely talked about this last year at E3.
And the year before.
Yeah.
And the year before that.
Oh my goodness, man! I'm really happy to hear this. I know that a lot of people have been down about it, and I understand that feeling as well. The game's been in development for 9 years, but Sony was really adamant that this game was in development. You know, Shuhei came out and said, "No, this game is definitely coming. It's still being worked on." I think now is the time, especially with Uncharted getting pushed back, that they have that empty slot. They need to put something important in, and I think that if they come out E3. Show a new PS4 trailer for The Last Guardian and reintroduce it to the masses and say, hey, this is a holiday release. It's going to fit right into that slot, and everybody's going to flock to buy this game. I hope that's the case. Fingers crossed, you know. But I'm a big Team Eco fan, and I can't wait to see this game and what they've done with it, because I know now it's a completely different game than it was before.
That would definitely be the best situation for this game, I think, absolutely. Like, whenever it gets unveiled, whether it's E3 or Gamescom, it has to come out, I think, within a few months. Like, they can't just say, oh, it's coming in 2016. They have to release it soon, because people are going to be like, oh, what if it gets delayed again and pushed back? They have to be ready. They have to make sure that the game is ready to come out. They cannot let this slip again, because we've been waiting so long. It's been... yeah, like 6-7 years of seeing nothing about this game. Sony just saying it's coming, it's in development, but we've seen absolutely nothing. It's time to put up or shut up. If this game is real, Sony, prove it to us. Come on, show The Last Guardian tomorrow at your conference. Please, we're all begging you. We want to see it so bad.
Now, they're saying that Mark Cerny is actually working with Team Eco on this game. I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but if that's the case, it's a really good sign. Mark Cerny's been in this industry since, I think, '88, and now he does consulting on video games. He used to develop them, and he works really well with Sony. I think he was at E3 2013, and he's a really awesome guy, and he knows his shit. So if this is the case, that's a really good sign for this game.
Do you guys think that we're going to see The Last Guardian? Like, is it possible it's finally going to be coming back? Is it happening?
Yeah.
It looks like it, yeah.
So you're in the school of thought, Briar, that it's going to happen this year.
I don't know when it's going to happen, and I don't even know if I'm that excited about it, to be honest with you. I mean, this game has been in development so long, it could come out looking like a PS3 game for all we know. It's like, did Mark Cerny come in just so they could push it out, like finally get this game out of development? Or, is this game going to be like the end-all, be-all of Team Eco? Is it going to be like everything we've hoped for, or is it just a development mess. Who knows?
It's an incredible amount of pressure through this whole development, and it's going to be a very different game too. Like, it's been 60 years. It's going to be a way, way different game, I'm sure, than when we last saw it.
They got to show me. You know, they got to show me to get me excited about it. At this point, I don't.
I want to feel that way, but I just can't. I really can't. Games like Shadow of the Colossus still resonate so deeply in my heart.
That was a PS2 game, and it was their last game.
I don't care. I don't care. It was so special, and there hasn't been anything to me in that genre that has made me feel that way. I mean, how do you make a game in a world that's that big and that vast with characters that don't even fucking speak, that brings a tear to your eye when they walk around and experience that world? It was just amazing. To me, it was one of the pivotal moments in gaming.
It was sick. It was crazy.
It was really amazing. And so I know that a lot of the people who are in this studio worked on that game 10 years ago, and I just got my fingers crossed. I'm not going to hate on them. I mean, I got nothing but love for Team Eco, and I'm hoping this game is everything that we could imagine and more. I mean, I'm excited. I know it's a day one for me no matter what.
I want it to come out so badly. I just want this game to see the light of day. Like, I'm actually getting incredibly excited because I think it will be at E3 tomorrow. We're going to see it. And can you imagine if it's there? Like, that's going to be huge. That's going to be incredible. I can't wait. I want it to be there so bad, honestly.
Yes, it'll be 2015. I doubt it.
If they showed it, it has to be 2015. It has to. There's no way they can wait longer.
E3 last year that's not even coming out in 2015.
Yeah, Briar, I totally agree with Robbie here, man.
But this game is different. It's been in development totally so long. You can't make people wait much longer. They're going to get...
I mean,
you can't do that.
When did they reveal this game? How many years ago?
2009.
They're not going to reveal it again and say 2016. It's definitely a holiday release that they revealed at E3.
That would be sure for Sony if it was, but we'll see if it is. Yeah. I hope it is, guys. I really do. I hope it comes out this year, and I hope it's awesome.
Yeah,
but I have no faith in either.
That's all we can hope. It's coming. And
Dark Souls 3 leak suggests early 2016 release. What do you guys think of that?
Bullshit.
And supposedly it's going to get announced at E3 here in the next coming days. Bloodborne just came out. This just seems so early for this, but it seems like it's honestly happening.
Dark Souls 2 just came out.
Yeah, like
that's what I thought you were reading. Dark Souls. Dark Souls 3 possibility if they pull or drag from what made Bloodborne so amazing, I'll definitely be picking that up.
Different studio, guys. Different studio.
I know, but
Bloodborne and Dark Souls.
Same genre, and I know some of the same people worked on those games together.
No, it was the same studio. It was still From Software. It was just a different team.
Sorry.
I think they have like 2 or 3 several teams. That's why they've been releasing like a game almost every year now, like because they have different teams. So this probably will be the Dark Souls team. Definitely not the Bloodborne one because we know they're working on an expansion for Bloodborne as well. Shu confirmed that. So I guess we'll see it at E3. It just seems so soon for this. Like, I don't even know if I'm necessarily excited because it just seems way too soon. Like, give it another year or two, I think.
I don't know. It's like if they made another Bloodborne right now, I'd buy it right now because I had so much fun with it and I completed it. So
I did love Bloodborne, to be honest. Like, I would be kind of excited about this, but it's just so soon. I don't know.
All DLC maps for Halo 5 Guardians will be free of charge.
Holy shit.
That's amazing news.
This can't be real. I mean, is this real? Seriously?
It's confirmed because they said they don't want to divide up the multiplayer community because they kind of took a jab at other multiplayer games with the map packs because it divides the community. So
we've talked about this on the show
watches this show, Brian. Yeah. Somebody watches this show because I know somebody who's hit on this on the head many times. And that was you, sir.
Yeah, totally. It really does. It does exactly what Robbie just says. Is it divides the community. As DLC comes out for a multiplayer game, the player base that you get matched up with gets smaller and smaller and smaller, but they don't get closer to you. They're still spread out all over the world. It's just that you got fewer people to select from. So the multiplayer experience actually gets worse as a game like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare goes on because you're buying that new DLC, but there's less and less people buying the DLC as the game goes on. So your connection is going to get worse and worse. You're playing fewer and fewer people every time. So if they just give this to everybody, hopefully what it does is it keeps everybody in that same pot of gamers that can be selected from in matchmaking and improves the experience for everybody.
And it keeps their community alive, too, because people will say, oh, hey, the Halo 5 map pack just came out today. I'm going to jump back into that game and see how I'm feeling about it and play with my friends. And that's the best way you can keep a multiplayer community alive, by giving away free maps. That's awesome, because they'll be like, hey, I'm just going to check out the new maps, have some fun. Haven't played this game in a while. It's going to be a blast.
Hopefully it garners some good faith for 343, which I think they actually really need.
They're doing amazing things, like from the whole Master Chief Collection debacle, and they've made up so much ground. I'm really impressed by how much they've given back to the community and say, hey, we're going to make it up to you, and this is an amazing step, and thumbs up for me.
Yeah, was it ODST just came out for the Halo Master Chief Collection, right?
Yep.
I haven't jumped into that yet, but I will, because I liked ODST. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like 343 is making some good decisions, and I agree. I agree when you said that last year, Brian, that it does segment the audience, it segments the gamers, and they're looking to keep everybody engaged on the same level. I think it's really, really smart. So, Retro Studios teases an announcement for E3. What do you guys think about this?
I don't think much about it because I'm not real sure who Retro Studio. Oh, they made
Metroid and
they made Metroid Prime. Okay.
Yeah. I often confuse them with Rare too. I'm like, are those the Banjo guys? Oh wait, no, that's either guys. So we'll find out about this in literally tomorrow or the next day. E3 is happening tonight, and it's gonna be going on. So we'll definitely find out, I think, Tuesday what this game is, and I'm looking forward to it.
So it comes from a Twitter post that says, "Can you dig it?" E3.Nintendo.com. So clearly it's a Dig Dug remake.
Dig Dug!
Dig Dug remastered in 1080p.
Put it in the books. Confirmed. You heard it here first. BC Thoughts Live.
Yeah. Dig Dug. That was the joint.
Dig Dug remaster.
It's going to be a new, dark, and brooding version of Dig Dug.
It's going to get all depressed and suicidal.
Pump it full of air, and then it explodes. You see guts everywhere.
Yeah, every time he sheds a tear.
So Razer is reportedly looking to buy Ouya for $10 million.
They can buy Ouya for $10 million. I've got an extra one.
Is Ouya even worth that?
I could take my Ouya if I had one, but damn it.
I think Ouya's Kickstarter, they garnered $8 million during their Kickstarter, and they sold those consoles. Why would anybody want to buy Ouya? What do you guys think?
They must have something that's worth money, right? Maybe it's some games in development, but I haven't heard about any games in development. The only game that I could really remember that was successful on that platform was Towerfall, but that kind of went wide to all platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that came to PS4 last year, so the Ouya's biggest exclusive, I guess you could say, kind of went multi-platform.
And I can't imagine there's a technology in there. Maybe there's patents in there that are worth money, because Razer is doing Android-based consoles.
Possibly.
So maybe they've got some kind of a patent portfolio that's worth that money. But I can't imagine it's for the technology.
This is just a rumor, so we'll find out, I'm sure, fairly soon if it is true. If not, that's that.
So this is something I've been looking and experiencing on the internet. A lot of people have said about it. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain has microtransactions. What do you guys think about that?
Because Konami hasn't fucked us over enough lately yet.
They can just do it again.
Hold on.
One more time, guys. Get your wallets out.
Konami's coming home for you.
You know what, guys? I think this year is Konami's worst year in history. They've done nothing but make poor choices all fucking year, and it's hard to believe it's the same company. Wow. Metal Gear. Breaking
They said what the microtransactions are going to be?
No, I mean,
optional in-game things. Obviously, as soon as people hear that, they're going to be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they're doing this! It's a full paid game." And
be able to make Raiden go naked for an extra $5.
and make them give you a lap dance for $6.
Totally optional stuff, yes. But
that's kind of the way that everything's going now. Everybody's got their own microtransactions. Games like Evolve did it. Sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't. If it's cosmetic, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm just floored that Konami is consistently screwing themselves. I don't know if you guys heard in the news, but Koji Igarashi's game, Bloodstained, the guy who made the Castlevania Symphony of the Night and some other Castlevanias, he's coined the term Igavania. His Kickstarter is the most successful video game Kickstarter of all time now.
That's great.
Wow.
It's 4.9 million that they've raised since it's gone live, and he shot this to Konami, and they said no. And now all the Castlevania fans and Koji fans have all come together and donated, and it's going to be on every console now. They've hit all their landmarks. It's going to be on the Wii U. It's going to be on the PlayStation Vita. This is going to be very, very successful Castlevania-styled adventure game, and I'm really happy about that. And just disheartened that Konami didn't have the foresight to see that Castlevania fans still exist in the world. And now
they're selling well on the 3DS.
They're amazing.
Those things.
They were amazing. Circle of the Moon, Aria of Sorrow, those games really mean a lot to me. And I played them 10 years ago. They were amazing. They still are. They hold up well today. And it just blows my mind. I was listening to Koji Igarashi during an interview. He said that Konami didn't believe that this audience still existed. He thought that they had turned into something else, and they would not agree to publish his game. It was just insane. And so now he's breaking records, got $5 million raised for this game already.
Laughing his ass off on the way to the bank.
Laughing to the bank. and there you go. You know, I guess it's kind of a terrible legacy that Konami is leaving in the end here.
Mm-hmm.
That's my Konami rant for today.
Look forward to next week's Konami rant.
All right, moving on to the next piece of news here. Everybody's gone to the Rapture release date announcement. Are you guys looking forward to this game? Coming out August 11th, I think.
Yeah, I've seen some images of it, and I really don't know what to expect. It looks like it could be a pretty nice game, but I don't know really too much about it. So I guess as it gets closer to release, I'll have a little bit more information.
It looks like a really cool kind of exploration game. I'm interested to try it out, so I'm looking forward to it. And it's not too long to wait either. It's about 2 months away, so we'll get our hands on it then.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing reviews on it. I'll wait till then.
Yeah, me too.
So Scalebound and Crackdown skipping E3 for Gamescom, which is 2 months away, I believe.
With Microsoft's big games, so
yeah.
I guess they got other stuff to show off then.
That's probably good news for Microsoft fans.
Yeah, well, Phil Spencer said this E3 is going to be phenomenal. He said they got a video gaming blitz going on.
That's good.
So it sounds like they got a lot to show, and if they're not showing these, big titles, I know a lot of people are interested in Crackdown. I think Crackdown was awesome, and
first one was pretty good. The second one, not so much.
I'm talking about the first. And Scalebound, I'm thinking this is kind of going to be a little bit like Bloodborne. So it could be Microsoft's own little Bloodborne type of experience. So, Gamescom. No E3 this year.
Yeah. We'll see him later in the year, which should be cool.
This next story made me laugh immediately. Drive Club PlayStation Plus Edition is in the final stages of development, guys.
Woo! Expect to see it December 2017.
Holy shit.
Coming 2065.
I mean,
maybe unless it gets delayed. We'll see.
I'm a video game whore, so when it becomes free on PlayStation Plus, I am going to download it. It's just unfortunate that all this crap had to happen before it came out.
Let's talk about the history a little bit. Catch everybody up on this one, because this one was what? It was supposed to be a PS4 launch game.
Launch?
Yep.
PlayStation Plus launch.
First month you're supposed to get it. That was a year and a half ago. And
right.
We still don't have it.
It was supposed to come in two versions, a full retail $60 version of the game and a free PS Plus edition that everybody could try out. The game got delayed for a full year, finally came out at the end of 2014, but in such a terrible state that it was like reviewed to hell. But they didn't give up. They still wanted to do the PS Plus edition.
I'm shocked it's still coming. Like I thought for sure they just kind of stopped talking about it and then just kind of like silently cancel it without saying anything. I'm really surprised to hear this, but it's kind of funny that they're still doing it. Like, okay.
Well, the developer,
does anyone care?
This is like the death of their studio, and maybe that they got some kind of deal with Sony that if they do release it and people like it, maybe they can continue to make games, because from all outlooks, once this thing flopped, the developer was dead. So at least they're trying, They dust their shoulders off and they're going to continue to try to release this game. And kudos to them for doing that, because at this point they could have easily turned their backs and nobody would have batted an eye. We all pretty much accepted the fact, or reserved ourselves to the fact that we'd never even see this game on PlayStation Plus. So at least they tried to hold up their end of that bargain, however late it may be.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
All right. So what else we got?
Guerrilla Games have created an official Twitter account just days before E3. This combined with the trademarks, Guerrilla Games employee who left the studio, he put up trademarks for a Horizon game, which obviously we all know what that is. That's their rumored new IP. This just tells me like this game is being announced probably tomorrow at Sony's conference. This seems like it's pretty much happening now. Because why would they just create a Twitter account randomly just before E3, like an actual Twitter account? Because they've never had one.
Maybe somebody was giving away a scuff controller they wanted to enter a win.
I don't know what else it would be.
Could be that. I think probably that's the most likely, right?
Yeah.
You guys think Horizon's getting announced? I think this is a real game and this is happening.
I just hope it's not another Killzone game because I'm sick to death of those.
Have you guys not seen the concept art of like the futuristic kind of city with like the robotic dinosaurs? Like it looks really neat.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see it. Looks
Cadillacs
so
and
cool.
dinosaurs.
Like that. Two things I love.
Cadillacs and dinosaurs. So another PlayStation 4 amazing game that everybody's so excited about. Tearaway Unfolded release date announced. And for people who don't know, Tearaway was a PlayStation Vita game, well received. I actually have it, and it used every aspect of the Vita. I think Briar, you had this game too.
I did. I liked this quite a bit.
Where you're actually the centerpiece of the game. The PlayStation Vita uses the camera, and as you run through this platformer, you're actually trying to reach you, and your face is the sun. And it's really an endearing and kind of a cute tale. And now they've repurposed this game, and they're I guess they're like rebuilding from the ground up.
Well, they already released the original game on the PS4, right?
No.
They didn't. Oh,
No.
okay.
Tearaway Unfolded is the rendition of the original made for the PlayStation 4 without all the PlayStation Vita-centric abilities, like, you know, looking at yourself and things like that. I'm sure they could use the touchpad on the DualShock 4 to reproduce some of the things you did with the Vita.
Yeah.
But my understanding is this is a kind of built from the ground up for the PlayStation 4 experience. And if you guys haven't played Tearaway, I would say definitely give this game a try. It's a really fun game. And I love
one of my favorites for the Vita.
Yeah, and there aren't many of those.
No, there's not.
Yeah, but it's a really good game, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with the PS4. Hopefully, it comes out and does well. All right, so YouTube has created a new app and website to host gaming content. The competition
this is good news, right?
begins.
This is great news. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a Twitch competitor. It's what it really is. It's live streaming. It's just like Twitch. So we'll see how it goes.
We'll have to see how this goes, right? It's like the amount. As long as I've been on YouTube, as long as I've been making YouTube videos, I've seen YouTube like announce more initiatives that just like never come to fruition that I can count on my hands and feet. You know, like. So we'll see. We'll see. This is very.
I'm skeptical about this too. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I'm going to wait and see on this too.
Well, the thing is, if this new app is going to be a Twitch competitor, they've got to reserve themselves when it comes to a lot of the restrictions that YouTube has. YouTube has tons of restrictions, and Twitch doesn't have the same restrictions. So if it comes to live streaming, people are probably going to stick with Twitch unless YouTube kind of falls back as far as restricting everything the way they do on YouTube.
I doubt they'll be able to do that. Like, if you want to be able to play copyrighted music on your stream, YouTube is still going to have a problem with that.
Yeah.
What I suspect this is more about is just separating gaming content into like a small a package that's easily consumable by people who are just in YouTube for the gaming content. You know. Which I don't know. Is that a good idea or not?
I don't know. It seems like YouTube is pretty user-friendly. People, you can pretty much find what you're looking for on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to open up my web browser and click on the big G next to the YouTube icon and go to YouTube Gaming. I don't know. I guess we'll see. It might be awesome. You know, YouTube
could be great. Right?
Google's a pretty smart company.
Yeah, it could be another Google Plus though. So
now, going back to what we mentioned earlier, talking about awesome fucking dinosaurs. Transformers Devastation has been leaked, and this is a fighting game.
Yeah, this is Platinum's new game, because I remember IGN put up an article saying they were going to announce the next Platinum game. This is really weird, because they leaked their own game. Like, this is IGN who brought this news. This is really weird.
Have you guys seen the screenshots?
Yeah, I seen them. Yeah.
They look awesome.
Yeah.
It looks cool, but it's on last gen, so that immediately kills my hype for it. And I wasn't super excited for it to begin with, but then I saw it was 316 PS3. I'm like, nah, no thanks.
Even the cover art looks awesome.
I've got a few PS3 sitting around, Robbie. It might be worth trying, man.
It's the last gen only?
No, it's both generations, but I'm saying last gen is going to hold it back. But I don't know how much it would hold back a game like that, so we'll see. It's platinum. Like, they're a really good developer, but...
So, Briar, I'm trying to figure out, will we label Robbie like a generation elitist now? Or how would that
totally.
be?
I don't want my game sent back by 10-year-old hardware. I'm sorry,
All
but
right.
it's time to move on.
I don't blame you, Robbie. I don't blame you.
It frustrates me. We're 2 years into this console cycle. There are still games come out on last gen. Are you kidding me? Like, the games aren't going to be as good as a result. It's time to move on. Simple as that.
You said it.
We are burning through this news. We're going to have plenty of time. This is great. Nice job, guys. Guerrilla Games Project Horizon has been registered through several domains. So we already kind of talked about this a little bit, but they've actually registered the name Project Horizon. Is that right?
Yeah, there's several like websites they put up. This to me pretty much confirms the game is. I almost feel like it's getting announced because we know this game has been in development even before Shadowfall came out. Like, they've been working on this game for 2-3 years now. I feel like this could be early 2016 or like the first half. I honestly do. I wouldn't be shocked if this is revealed tomorrow at Sony's conference. I'm really looking forward to it. It looks so cool.
They just need to hire somebody who can help them get their controls right. For some reason, there's something about their games that the controls never felt good.
No, they just feel heavy. That's what it is.
Yeah, it feels like you're playing like
You're weighted.
Halo in the mud or something.
Or like Elder Scrolls, when you carry too much shit and you become over encumbered.
Yeah.
It just feels like you're not as encumbered as those games, but you're still slow. And that's the one aspect of all their shooters have always been an issue.
I think the most exciting part about this is the chains are let loose. They can do something brand new, like whatever they like, because they've been developing Killzone since they've been a studio, and now this is going to be like their first game that isn't a Killzone game. I'm really excited to see what they can do. I really think it's going to be an awesome game, and I can't wait to see it.
Killzone was always such a cool world, but the games are always so shitty.
Man, well, the one that they released on PS4, it let me down big time.
Yeah.
Shadowfall, it was such a beautiful game.
I know a lot of people like it, but
I thought the multiplayer was really fun. I played it quite a bit.
I just don't like how they control. I've never liked it. Even like the first ones. The first one came out on PS2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was back when they were lying and trying to say that the cutscene was actual gameplay, and it was a big debacle years ago.
Yeah, for Killzone 2. Yeah, I remember that.
All right, Bethesda. Speaking of Bethesda, they got a press conference tonight, which I am definitely going to be checking out. I'm all going to see more Fallout 4. But also, Dishonored 2 may have accidentally been revealed.
I think it was accidentally revealed.
Do you guys know what kind of happened last night on Twitch? That's when this happened, like just yesterday.
No, I don't.
So what happened was there was a Twitch live broadcast that accidentally went up on Bethesda's channel, and it was audio only. It was the developers of Arcane Studios who made the first Dishonored. They were, you could hear them like, what's the word, like practicing for E3 or doing their.
Okay.
Yeah, like they were basically like doing their lines. They were practicing. They were preparing for E3 and stuff like that. Like they were working for an announcement, and so you didn't actually hear the word Dishonored mentioned, but the fact that Arcane's there, the developers, like they're obviously going to reveal Dishonored 2. This confirms it if they're showing up at E3.
That's cool. That's a really good game. A lot of people are going to be super excited to see another one of them. It's no Fallout 4, but whatever. I'm sure.
It's not exactly.
I'm sure your little game is fun too.
It's not exactly surprising.
I don't really think there's too many games that can really compete as far as excitement as Fallout 4.
I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
Did you guys play the original Dishonored, though? That game was incredible. For a stealth game, it was awesome.
Oh, wow, you never did, Briar?
No.
Oh, you got to go back and try that, man. You might really, really enjoy that.
It was a phenomenal game,
really
which makes
is.
this really exciting. Like, it was amazing. It was such a good stealth game. I really recommend it. It's awesome. I love that game.
All right, so a Russian Gears of War site has listed Gears of War 3 for Xbox One with a release date of August 25th.
It's been taken down since then, but
yeah, there's
like,
no
there
way
was no
August
way.
25th.
Yeah, there was no way this is just going to be Gears of War 1, because we all know that remaster's coming, and like it would seem kind of weird, wouldn't it? Because Sony's doing the Uncharted collection. It just looks kind of bad if you're doing the first game. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a Gears of War collection. I think this is what this is leading up to.
Wow, and that would actually be a nice collection for me because I didn't really get into the Gears of War games.
Yeah, they're pretty fun, Beasley. They're cool.
Yeah.
I've got the first two, I just never played them.
Yeah. They looked good, too. I wonder how well their graphics hold up, because they looked better than anything else that came out when they came out.
The leaked screenshots for Gears of War 1 on Xbox One, it looks stunning. It looks beautiful. Like, if the other games got that same level of treatment, it's going to look amazing. It really does.
All right. That is the news for the week. Let's hear some stupid questions.
All right. Let's find some. All right, so I got a couple questions for you guys this week, and these are all written by me. You guys know how I do it. So, Briar, I'm going to ask you your questions first.
Okay.
And of course, these are all hypothetical situations. The government decides to place a ban on all video game console development after this generation. The future is Steam and programs like it. One day you come home after a long 8-hour day of badminton and find your home is on fire. Your family and pets are all safe with the ambulance. Your beloved consoles are inside the house, and they're all in different locations. You have the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Nintendo Wii U, and you have time to grab one. Which do you pick?
Okay, so you're saying to me, this is in the future that this fire happens?
Yes, after an 8-hour day of badminton.
But new game development has completely stopped.
Console development.
Okay. So all the games I'm playing now are on PC.
In the future, yes.
Well, man, I'm grabbing my PC.
That's not the choice. It's not an option.
We're talking your console collection, your home consoles.
So you can keep that forever.
And I've only got the choice between Wii U, PS4, and Xbox One.
You can take the Wii U off if you want.
I can't go after my Dreamcast?
Sure you can. What are you
All
going
right,
to
I'll go after my Dreamcast.
Whoa, okay, wow. Awesome. All right, so question number 2, Brian. You ready?
Yeah.
And this is totally out there, but you guys know I'm fucked up.
Oh.
You are given the chance to decide how humanity will end. A spirit being tells you that it is time to cleanse the earth of all the filth that human beings have brought forth.
Mm-hmm.
You are given only 2 options on how it all ends.
Okay.
Number 1, the earth is gradually getting farther away from the sun, and within a year, it will be far enough away that all plant life begins to die and temperatures reach -20 in July.
That sounds cold.
Number 2, the earth is gradually getting closer to Earth, and within a year, the oceans are virtually evaporated and outside temperatures reach 120 degrees Fahrenheit. You must choose one.
I'm going to go with the option where we're floating away from Earth, from the sun. Because freezing to death sounds more pleasant than burning to death.
Yeah, burning would be painful.
All right, so, Robbie, I got 2 questions for you, buddy. You ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Survival horror games are amazing to play, but imagine actually being in one. You must survive one day in one of these classic survival horror games. Pick one. Number 1, you got Resident Evil. Number 2, you got Silent Hill. Number 3, you got Dying Light. And number 4, you got Dead Space. Which of these games do you think you could survive one night in?
Dying Light, because you could just get to shelter and kind of stay the night, whereas in the other games, there's kind of just, there's zombies and things everywhere. It's a lot more unsafe. I feel like Dying Light would be the easiest.
That would be fucking terrible. Those things run in that game. I'd be dead in 5 seconds. Good answer. All right, and your last question, and this will be the last question. A curse is placed on you, Robbie.
A pox on your house!
What kind of curse is this?
Every time you play a video game longer than 30 minutes,
my toe falls off?
You gain a half a pound.
Oh.
On the flip side, every time you watch The Notebook, you lose a pound. How often would you play games?
One mean motherfucker.
Watch The Notebook? What is it? What is that?
If you don't know, now you know. All right, so you gain a half a pound every time you play a video game session for more than 30 minutes. But this awesome action film called The Notebook, every time you watch The Notebook, you lose a pound. How often would you play video games? I see Briar just doing this.
I'd rather be fat and happy.
I think I already gained half a pound after every 30 minutes of playing. I'll go the other way.
That decision has been
Awesome.
made.
Awesome answer.
It's kind of been automatically made. I'll go the other direction. I already gained half a pound over 30 minutes. So.
I could hear myself getting fatter.
I can feel it. That's already a reality, so I'll take the other option.
Oh, man, that's a good answer there, Robbie.
All right, that was a good answer.
Man, I'm so excited, man. E3 starting tonight. Bethesda, you're all mine, baby. Show me.
Fallout 4,
Sprinkle
Doom,
some goodness on me. Sprinkle some beauty on
Dishonored
me.
2, maybe even some new IPs we don't even know about. I'm looking forward to it, you guys. 3 hours to go. It's going to be amazing. And this is just the start, too. Tomorrow's going to be an incredible day with Microsoft, EA, Ubisoft, and Sony. This is just the beginning. Like, we're kicking off E3 with Fallout 4. I don't think there could be a better way to kick off E3 than this. It's going to be incredible. I'm so looking forward to tonight.
Damn right.
Me too.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Robbie. Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's going to do it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to check out Beastly Gamer's channel. Don't forget to check out Robbie's channel. They'll both be in the description of this video. And we'll see you next week.
See
Bye,
you
everybody.
guys.
Thank you so much for watching.
I love you.
Wait, awkward pause. Okay, we're good.